purpose of this tutorial is to walk you through Google Classroom. During this tutorial, I'm going to pause several times because I'm going to log in as a student and as a teacher. So the first thing I want to show you is Google Classroom can be launched from the Chrome app simply by selecting Classroom. If you don't have Google Classroom installed, you can go to the web store and you type in Classroom and you can launch it that way as well. So if I type in Classroom, there it is. And you're not seeing it as to be able to be downloaded because I already have it installed. So I'm going to launch Classroom. And as it launches, it will already show you any classes you already have in there. To add a new class, I'm going to hit the plus sign. And you have two options. You can join a class or create a class. Joining a class would be for students, or if you were a student and you wanted to participate in someone else's class, or create a class. So when I come up with this option, it will give me an option to name it. If you have multiple periods of students that are going to be using Google Classroom, I would recommend labeling the section, and I would recommend having kids join their particular section, not a general Google Classroom. So I'm going to select Create. And once it's done, it'll give me my title. It'll have my Google account. The important things are here. There's a class code that you're going to give students. You will also see that class code here. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I am going to share that class code with a student, and I'm going to have a student log in so you can see the student perspective. So right now I'm logged in as a student, and what that student is going to do is he's going to join, he or she will join that class, and they will put in the code that the teacher would have given them. And now that they've joined, you can see that the teacher's class is there. And at this point, there's no assignments because the next thing I'm going to do is log back out, log in as a teacher, and show you how to assign an assignment to your students. So I'm back in as a teacher, and you can see that my demo class that was created, and if I click on that class, I can see that that student has already joined that class. Back on the main page, I can share an announcement with the entire class that would appear on this page. I can also share an assignment. Down here, what you have is you have some options. I can upload a file. I can attach from Google Drive. I can attach a video or a link as well. So I have some options here. So I'm just going to create an assignment. Let's say that's a demo assignment. I'm going to attach that assignment. I can then change due dates if I want, so I can make it due on the 15th. I can attach times to it as well. If I go to my Google Drive, the best thing to do would be to use Google Docs. So I'm going to just attach a Google Doc. Down here, I have some options. Students can view the file, which would mean if you just want to share an assignment that you want kids to see, but you don't want them to do anything to it, they can edit it or make a copy. Typically, probably the one that you're going to select the most if you're going to have students work with that document is to make a copy. So I'm going to make a copy for each student, and then I'm going to assign that assignment to the students. Now that it's been assigned, you can see that I have a demo assignment. I know that no kids have completed it. One is not done. The assignment is right down here. I know each student's going to get a copy. If I click on the assignment, I will see that Will Smith has gotten the assignment and it is not done yet. So we're going to log in as Will Smith and we're going to show you how to submit the assignment as the student. So now I'm back in as the student, as you can see. So I'm going to go back into the class and you can see that there's an assignment that's been assigned. I'm going to open that assignment. And here's the assignment. I can add comments back to the teacher. If I click on that assignment, it's going to open it up in my drive. I can then make changes to that assignment. I can do whatever I want. I can edit that assignment. And then when I'm done with that assignment, the student's simply going to select Turn In. And it says, do you want to turn your work in? The fact that this is going to be turned back into the teacher. I'm going to select Turn In. And it has been submitted to the teacher, and now the teacher can then go in and grade that assignment. Before I go back into Classroom, I just wanted to show you what Classroom will automatically do for you within your Google Drive. So here I am within my Google Drive, and if I click on Classroom, you can see all the classes that I've created. So if I go into that demo class, that assignment is automatically there, and there's the assignment that was shared with me. So each time you create an assignment within there, it's going to make a folder for you, and then the assignment will be put there. I did not make any of those folders within Classroom. Classroom automatically does that for you, and that's really one of the big appeals of Google Classroom. So I go back to my Google Classroom, I see I have that student. I can see now that that student handed that assignment in. And within here, I have some additional options. So now I want to select that student. I want to give that student a grade. And if I want to, I can send that student a comment. I could say to that student, you did a great job on that assignment. Or I could tell them maybe you need to fix this and resubmit. And then I would simply return that assignment. I post that to the student, return the assignment. Here I can also add a note. I'll fix question 10. Return that assignment. And I will show you what the student sees on the other end after it's returned. Here you can see that I've graded it. If I had multiple students, they would all be listed in here, and that's how I can grade the assignment. So I'll log in as the student one more time just so you can see what the student sees, and that'll be the end of the tutorial. Before I log back into Classroom, I just wanted to show you the student's Google Drive as well. What will happen is within their Drive, it will automatically create a folder for them. All the classes they have joined will be organized in folders. So if I go into Demo Class, there is that assignment right there for them that is automatically put into their Drive. They don't have to make folders at all. So it's another way for the students, if they have 4 or 5 teachers and they're working with different documents, their folders will already be created for them. As you can see, if these were all classes within Google Classroom, all those folders would have been installed for them automatically. So I'll just take you back to that Google Classroom for a second. Go back in as the student. Here is the student who submitted that assignment. If I click open, it is done as well. And the student should see the grade as well. So I went back into the assignment as the student again. Here is the student's grade that was submitted. Here were the comments that I made that the student saw. If the student had the ability to, they could resubmit that assignment with the changes they made simply by going back into here. Google Docs would open again. You would turn it back in. You could add comments back to the teacher and say, I'm not sure how to do question 10. Can you assist me? There could be constant collaboration. If the student was happy with that, they would be all done at this point. And that is the tutorial on how to use Google Classroom.